And oh no, we've got the vocals as well. So, for the vocal section, we've got a vocal sample here that I processed. The main plugin that I use is the UAD SLL solid state logic on vocals. I really like the built-in compressor, so I just put a bit of compression on by putting the threshold down. Helps level out the dynamics. And then I use some of the EQ. For this particular one, I've shelved off all the high end up to 350, and I've shelved off all the low end up to 350 and all the high end down to 12K. And then I've also pulled some of the mid-range back here. So what was it, about 2K, 1.5. I've pulled it down a little bit, and also here, yeah, basically around 2K. I've basically pulled the volume down on the EQ just because it was really harsh. If I play it without, you'll hear really piercing. So just having the EQ and the compressor on from the solid state emulator just really helps. I mean, it's still a little bit harsh, but it takes it just takes out that piercingness of the sound. So then after that, I just throw on an EQ. Again, I've even thrown on more EQ to try and take some out. Again, we're at what, 4K here, 3.8K, pulling it down. Just keeping the vocal under control. Again, throwing reverb on there helps as well. Bit of wet, bit of decay time. So that's that. And then I've got a vocal chop here, which that's just in there. Now, one thing I've also done is automated to a reverb site. There's a reverb plugin called EOS here, which is really good, really washy kind of reverb. I throw that on an auxiliary channel down here, and that means that I can feed any sound to that particular reverb bus whenever I want. So as the track progresses, you will see I programmed this vocal chop to have reverb affecting it as it goes into the next section. So if I solo it, it's quite subtle really. I haven't really washed it out a lot, but it's there, it just in the mix, it helps tide it over, keeps that section interesting before we come up to the next section, which is the vocal chops. So again, with vocal chops, it's pretty much, I just drag the vocal into simpler. I've sliced it sliced it manually, so I go in and program in all the. I just sit there. I was sitting in here with bitrate. We just sat there, and I just did a doodle until we came up with something that we both liked and thought it was wicked. And yeah, that was it. I just play around until I got something good, and then I record it in. Well, I use a wicked feature in Ableton, which is it records while you're not actually recording. So I'm just going to do a little quick couple of minutes just playing about, and you'll see how the process came together. So yeah, play that in, get something that I like in that. I just literally press this square and the whole thing is recorded. And that's what garage is all about. It's all about the vocal chops. Like, that's just core. Take an R&B vocal, or even better, get someone to sing it, network, get some singers in your network, get them to send you over some stems, and just chop them up, especially for the hook and stuff. That's just what, to be honest with you, that's the best bit about this music, is just doing that. So yeah, once I've got the pattern here, it's just I normally go in. Again, you can, if you go Command and A, you can select it all and quantize it. To quantize, I normally go Command and U, but Ableton quantize, it doesn't. Sometimes it's a bit off. You know, it's kind of, as you can see, it's sometimes it's better to go in manually and like sort of put things together. I mean, yeah, do you know what? Ironically, if I'd played out a bit longer, it'd be funny if I got something better than what I'd put for the track, but it's probably definitely possible. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I do my vocal chops. Again, one thing as well is also with the velocities. So down here, these are all the velocities of how hard the note hits. What I tend to do is for vocal chops anyway, I tend to grab them all, Command and A, and I just pull it all up so you get a nice loud vocal that's all consistent in volume. So drag this back. As you can see here, all the velocities are there. I've also got some muted notes. If there's a note in there you don't like but you want to keep anyway, you just select it, press 0, and that mutes it. So like that, press 0, so that mutes. So if you've got like notes in there you might want to bring back later or for whatever reason. So that's the vocal chops. Again, processing wise, the same as solid state logic. I just have that on as well. Yeah, I think I've gone through this before, but yeah, it's the same as the same EQ as I've used for the actual main vocal. I put a bit of sidechain on there as well, just a tad, 15%, just to with vocal chops. You don't need them. It's not like a lead vocal. You can have them sidechained a bit, and adds a nice little effect. So that's pretty much all the vocals. Last thing really is arrangement and mastering.